I'm like, I'm going to see Jodeci, like mad hype. Little did I know, SWV completely did it for me.
Right.
I literally lost my mind when SWV came out.
Right.
It took me all the way back to, yes, hip hop, dancing in the 90s, Shay, that used to be dancing at the block parties, auditioning for videos, all about the choreography. And I just went right back there. Like my mind just went right back there. And you could not have told me in that moment at that concert that I wasn't the fourth dancer. And I felt like everybody was watching me.
Hey, listen,
I was like, they see me. They see me.
Welcome back to another episode of the Big Dog Talk podcast. It's me.
And who is that?
Big Charles. Big Charles is in the building. Big Charles is in the building.
Because
baby.
you know they say when you whispering, you lying. So
I ain't never heard that one.
What's up? Big Shay's back in the building for another episode.
Yo, I'm excited about today.
What's going on today?
Cause we hit the concert up. I want to share with them the concert. I want to share with them how you was in the 90s background dancer and all.
Hold up. Don't go
too far. Don't go too fast.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
But anyway, we did have a great date.
Absolutely. We always have great dates though.
We went to go see SWV.
Dru Hill.
And Jodeci. Forever, my lady.
Oh, God.
Hey.
It's like a dream.
Hey.
I'm holding you close, keeping you warm. And this is ecstasy.
Forever, my lady.
Forever, my lady.
Okay.
Because I can do that all day.
But yo, seriously though, I want to talk about, we don't never just share our date night moments.
No, we don't. We don't. So we just going to jump right in.
Unless you want to rewind and you got something to gossip about.
Well, since you asked.
Oh,
I was wondering why you was going so fast because I had
I
something else on my mind. So I just kind of wanted to get your perspective on one little quick hot topic. We don't got to spend that much time on it, but I just want to hear your perspective, and we haven't talked about it yet. So, Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah, you gonna let people know I watch it.
That is your ratchet TV specialist. Because usually with Love and Hip Hop, I'm just in the bed scrolling on my phone and it's in the background. But Big Charles been watching Love and Hip Hop since Love and Hip Hop hopped. And he watched all the cities. So he's very...
I don't watch all the
cities. You do. You watch most of them.
I watch Love and Hip Hop ATL and Love and Hip Hop New York. I don't watch
Miami, the reunion.
I don't watch Miami.
You watch all the reunions.
All right. Reunion and watching all of the episodes. But anyway, I watch Love and Hip Hop. I got to plead my case.
You do.
I watch Love and Hip Hop because my brain needs to relax. I am always studying, focusing, working on something, doing something in the house with the kids, with the wife. I need something to bring. It's brain downtime.
So he's explaining why he likes ratchet TV, but go ahead. You made your point. Anyway, there was an incident that happened though. It was it on Love and Hip Hop. Is that LA? What is it? What city is that?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
The Erica Mena and Blue Spice.
Atlanta.
At Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Okay. See,
the one I watch.
The one he watches the most. But in all seriousness, it
ain't been the same since Stevie and Jocelyn been gone.
DBJ gone. Somebody bring DBJ back, please.
All right. I'm sorry.
Because that's his show. That's your show for real. That's your show for real.
Stevie, why you always do that to me, Stevie?
Look at you. You digress. Cut it out because that's his show for real. Erica Mena and Spice got into a big argument.
Right.
On one of the recent episodes, big scene. And I can't remember how it all started, but I know within that episode, Spice said something about Erica Mena's son don't like her. And Mina got real upset. She flipped over the table and she went into basically rage. And with her going into rage and being really upset about that comment that Spice made about her oldest son, she said that Spice was a
blue monkey.
A blue monkey.
She said, "I wish you would have died
on the surgery table, on operating table. You blue monkey."
Right, you're a blue monkey.
So that comment is specifically, they didn't really even focus much on "I wish you would have died" as they did the blue monkey comment. Really spiraled so much so that it got Erica Mena canceled on any future Love and Hip Hop shows.
Right.
And so I wanted to see just kind of what you thought about it, because as we all know, sometimes in the heat of moments when you get really upset and you do have low emotional intelligence, you might say some hurtful things that you might not mean at the time. I wish that you can just retract them and make them go away.
So what's your question?
What do you think that, Big Charles, stop playing with me. Do you think that Erica Mena meant that blue monkey statement in a racist way? Do you think she was being racist when she said it?
I don't think
because that's what the storyline is saying, that when she said it, she was being racist. So Love and Hip Hop is canceling her because that was a very offensive comment to make, because historically Black people have been referred to as monkeys, which is true.
So we have to be sensitive with that word.
So we have to be sensitive how we throw around the word monkey.
Right.
So do you think that was her intentions, though?
Nope. I don't believe that Erica Mena is a racist. I don't think she was trying to be racist.
Right.
I think what I do think is, well, let me rewind it because you didn't tell the story right.
You just don't like how I tell stories.
Right. So what's the lady name?
Spice.
Blue Spice. Spice and Erica Erica Mena and Spice was having a sit down. And Spice, make a long story short, Spice made the comment that out of anger, that's why your son don't like you.
Out of anger, correct.
And that was very out of line. That was out of line.
Mm-hmm.
Then Erica Mena, she paused, and then she just seen black.
Yeah. She flipped that whole table
and she
over.
made the comment, "I wish you would have," something like that. "I would have died. I wish you would have died on the surgery table," or something like that. Then she called her a blue monkey. Now, I don't think Erica Mena is racist. I don't think she meant it as a racial slur. On the flip side, African Americans, we have a history with that word monkey and it being directed towards us. So, although I don't think she meant it like that, she blacked out and wasn't able to control herself, and then this was the result of it. Like you said earlier, emotional intelligence.
Right.
Now, when Erica said that, when I heard Erica say that, I said, "Oh, Erica," this was my reaction. I said, "Oh, Erica is she's an evil person." Mm-hmm. And what I mean by evil person, that's not mean, that's not rude. What I meant by evil person, that's a person that seems like really, really hurt on the inside.
Right.
Not just from Safari.
Right.
Not just from past relationships, but deep down, like she was brought up in a hurtful environment.
And it's bleeding out.
Right. That's how I looked at it.
Right.
When that woman was doing her best, when a woman reaches down to her lowest of lowest self in order to try to cut someone else,
right,
that's an evil person to me.
Right.
That's a person that really haven't really dealt with self in the dark areas of their life.
Right.
But as far as being the racial slur, I don't even think she meant it like that, but I do see how social media and Love and Hip Hop and why they responded that way.
Right. Right. And the fact of the matter is that Erica Mena has Black children.
Yeah, she has black kids.
And Black Caribbean children. And so just being a mom and knowing that there is honestly no way that I would want to, that I can believe that she made that comment out of with a racist mindset.
So let me ask you this then, not to flip it. This is a new topic, but same topic. Young Jeezy and his ex-wife, soon to be ex-wife,
Jeannie.
They're going through a divorce. I don't want to hit that part.
Okay.
But they showed a clip of her saying what's the name of their show?
The old show that she used to be on. That daytime TV show with Tamar and
not the reality or something like that, right? But anyway, it's a talk show.
It used to be. It's off air now.
Well, the talk show, she made a comment.
The Real,
and she made a comment saying that she like her dark meat on the side, baby. That comment. But
she prefer white meat.
She prefer white meat, but she preferred her dark meat to be on the side. That is a racial slur. Does she deserve to be canceled? Because that, to me personally, that was more intentional than the Blue Monkey. Blue Monkey, that was, in my perspective, was out of anger,
rage,
and not of a certain color though.
Right.
She didn't say Blue Monkey because you are. I don't think because thinks she's a monkey.
Right.
That was the word that came up, and that was the hardest she can go.
Right. She was looking to just intentionally hurt someone because she's hurt.
Right.
Now, in the spirit of how Jeannie Mai said that she liked her dark meat on the side, I think it was really a slick way of basically saying she liked black men, but she don't like them like that. She like them on the side. They ain't worth marrying.
They're not worth marrying.
And she tried to clean it up because I think Tamar challenged her back then. And she was like, no, I'm saying I like white meat because obviously that's what I marry. My husband is white. But for someone of not black descent to say something like that in a joking way, that's more offensive to me as a black woman than what Erica Mena did. Because, I mean, like you said, you pointed it out very well that she did it out of anger. And we've all, if you follow which a lot of you guys do follow social media and Love and Hip Hop, Erica Mena has always displayed like rage and anger from a hurt place. Yeah. So that allows me to give her compassion. And I find it is unfortunate that she did have to be held accountable because of the reference of the monkey. Mm-hmm. However, with Jeannie Mai, it's like, first of all, it was uncalled for. And second of all, she absolutely should be held accountable. But I remember back when it was originally said, which is probably like 5 years ago, how it kind of just slid over. But I remember people more so focusing on Tamar back then and how she tried to check her. Because Tamar is known for being kind of, messy, rude, not thinking before she speak. And nobody ever really spoke about that comment that Jeannie Mai made. Wow. Unfortunately.
But anyway.
Anywho, as we
that was enough tea for the day.
Catch up on the catch up.
Right. That was enough tea for the day.
That's enough. Let's get to this date, though. I would have to say, though, this date was by far jumping up to one of my favorite dates.
Right.
That's just me personally.
What was the name of the tour? What was the name of the
Block Party?
It was dope.
Called Block Party, Summer Block Party. And from what we learned, Dru Hill was actually the ones that came up with the idea to get some of the best 90s groups from the 90s together to take a tour this summer. Right. And the ones that signed up was SWV and Jodeci. And me being a real true girl raised in the 90s, there was no way I was going to let us miss this concert.
Child.
There was no way we were missing that concert.
We had the full attire on. We was dressed like we were in the 90s. We had the shades on. You didn't take your shades off the entire night. You had the bamboo earrings in. You know what I'm talking about? You had the windbreakers on. I had the
baggy windbreaker pants on. This exact New York Yankees hat.
You had the Air Max on.
I had the Maxes on. I had the crop top, the 90s aesthetic crop top. Like I did not come to play.
If you know anything about the 90s and the dress code in the 90s, that was a banging time, Jack.
I did not come to play.
At the end of the day, that's how everyone tries to dress now.
It's coming. It's back. It's way back. It's made its way back around 90s fashion.
Hey, we were fly. We were fly.
Listen, that concert has had such an impact on me. It is officially stored in like my long-term happy moments memory bank. I'm still not over it.
Yeah,
we like post 2 weeks and I'm still not over it.
Hey, when SWV came out and Coco was singing and you was in the background dancing basically on the stage with him, it made listen. I started getting I started getting zoned out, not on the concert, but how happy you were. You were like so sucked in. It was so nostalgic. You were doing the dance move, the shoulder moves. I'm talking about the boom cat. I'm talking about, and I was just cheesing. I was like in a trance. Like, look at my wife. She's just so happy right now.
The funny thing is that when I was like leading up to the concert, and I was so excited, and I was talking about it at work, I was like, I felt like I was going to see Jodeci. Right. Like in my mind, I'm like, oh my gosh, like Jodeci was a big deal as far as 90s male groups that came on the scene.
Right.
I'm like, I'm going to see Jodeci, like mad hype. Little did I know, SWV completely did it for me. Right. I literally lost my mind when SWV came out.
Right.
It took me all the way back to, yes, hip hop, dancing in the 90s, Shay, that used to be dancing at the block parties, auditioning for videos, all about the choreography. And I just went right back there. Like my mind just went right back there. And you could not have told me in that moment at that concert that I wasn't the fourth dancer. And I felt like everybody was watching me.
Hey, listen,
I was like, they see me. Because I'm on stage.
So look. I knew for sure I was going to see Dru Hill.
I knew that was your hot spot. All right.
Hold on. Because when I was coming up, you know what I mean? My parents back in the day, they were strict when it came to the music that I was listening to. So every time I listen to the Jodeci, my parents don't even know this, so don't tell them. So my parents will be getting ready to go to church or something, and they'll be inside, and I'll go in the car early, right?
Stop playing.
And I'll play Jodeci.
Stop playing.
Before they get in the car. You know what I'm saying? So Jodeci was like the first group that I was listening to that was talking nasty, talking about sex, talking about everything. Yeah. And I was just like, okay, when the parents come, I'm gonna turn the channel and put it back on the gospel channel. So when I thought of Jodeci, I was like, I thought of Jodeci introducing me into another world. You know what I mean? But when
bad things.
Right. But when Dru Hill came out, I was more of a teenager then.
Okay.
So I can sing and I'm a lover. Right. So I was singing all of the Dru Hill songs. I even blind my hair back in the day. I wasn't on Cisco vibes.
Okay, but you was on his hype with his hair.
I was on his hype with his hair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I had like braids and stuff back then.
Right.
I think he had like straight hair. I think it was just
he used to just color it a lot.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. But I did color my hair back in the day.
That was Cisco inspired?
I don't know if it was Cisco inspired, but I did color it.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
But yeah, Jodeci was too provocative.
Child, Jodeci was very provocative, and
they looked good though.
True story though. I remember when that Diary of a Madman, is that the name of the album? Yeah. Came out. Because me and my homegirl, we was 14 years old, and we was walking down the streets of Harlem. And I was going to meet her. And we was just, just be outside. We used to just be outside back in the day. We outside, walking around in Harlem. And she was like, have you heard about the new group Jodeci? And I'm like, no. She was like, you have got to listen to the album. Yeah. And from that moment on, I've been a real, true Jodeci head.
Hey, I was so stuck when JoJo came out. Hold on, JoJo is the one that
JoJo or KC? Which one?
Hold on, which one is the lead singer?
KC.
I'm sorry about that. KC came out. He looked so healthy. He put on some weight. Because at first, I remember like a few months ago, maybe even last year, you was like, Jodeci coming out. I was like, I don't want to see them. He just fell off the stage. He got to get it together. They were in a sunken place, like needed to go to rehab or something.
Yeah.
But when they came out, and he had put on that weight, you can tell that was happy weight. That was like a sober weight.
They look good.
Look good, sound good. I'm talking about
he
still brought you to church.
Yep.
He still brought you to church.
He did.
And then still sang to the ladies.
He did. And so, like, it's funny you said that because I remember I was testing your temperature when I brought up, like, Jodeci is going to be in concert. And you was kind of like, oh, for real? And I was like, oh, no. That is not the response I was looking for. So I literally sat on it based off your response for a while.
Because, I followed them. At one time, they had their own TV show.
They did.
And it just showed a lot of intimate it showed a lot about their life.
Right.
And then after the TV show, years had went by. Even like I said, just last year or the year before, it showed JoJo falling off the stage. Probably because I think because he was. I don't know exactly, but maybe he was drunk or something like
Speculations
that.
that they
Speculations
had
that he
alcohol.
was,
Yeah.
And I was just like, you know what? They time probably have come and gone now. They could have lasted a lot longer than what they have lasted because they allowed their demons to take over. But on the flip side, I was in awe when they came out because it seemed like they got it together.
But the best part was that it was all four of them.
All four.
It was Dalvin and Devontae.
Yeah.
Casey and JoJo. Because before when they were touring, I believe it was just the brothers, Casey and JoJo. Yeah. And so this was, I think, the first time where, like I said, all four, Dalvin and Devontae. Look, ain't no Jodeci without Dalvin and Devontae because they wasn't doing nothing back in the day besides looking cute. That's it. They wasn't doing nothing.
Yeah.
So the fact that it was all four of them was like even better.
It was so nostalgic though. The moment was so nostalgic. Watching you and Coco sing together.
Me and Coco sang Rain together, y'all.
She don't even know that y'all was on the same stage together singing.
She know because I shared it in my story and I tagged her and she put it back on her story. So actually she do know.
So she know you now.
She know me. She shared it on her story.
Coco was singing.
Let me tell you something right now. Coco is one of the baddest sopranos.
And they all three look good.
They look good.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, they look good. No, I'm just saying Coco is one of the baddest sopranos to sing.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Coco?
Yeah.
And she still sounds like amazing.
I liked all three of them. I'm talking about I don't know, the Coco and
Lily and Taj.
They looked good. Jodeci looked good. And Dru Hill, they brought my boy Cisco was singing.
And dancing. So what I loved about the Dru Hill set, though, I don't know if you even peeped it, is how, Dru Hill done had about 100 members.
Yeah.
And they kept I think they brought back like 3 members that sang like super relevant Dru Hill songs as like part of their set.
Right.
So I thought that was cool too, to really have like all of them back together again singing.
Right. I can.
Don't start.
I can.
Don't start.
I ain't gonna do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. It's just something about 90s music though, man.
Super nostalgic.
It's just something about it. And the funny part is like what you mentioned about Jodeci. They were singing about stuff back in the 90s too.
It's just like so emotionally connecting.
That part.
Because even like the entire time we were like holding hands, rubbing on each other, just like that type of music. That was really like my kids is listening. They
listening, but I'm gonna pause you right there. So after the concert, I became super obsessed with Coco.
Okay.
So much so that she has a YouTube channel now, All Things Coco, that I follow. And on that channel, she was talking about how Weak is their song that's when you think of SWV, you think of Weak.
Right.
And so back when they presented that song Weak to her, she hated it.
Wow.
And she did not want to do it. And she said she hated it so much because of the lyrics. Like back where she was super young, what Weak was talking about wasn't relevant to her because she was really a church girl.
Right.
And so the lyrics to that song, she couldn't identify with. She couldn't feel it. They said she cried. She ran out the studio. Her mama had to bring her back to sing that song. And it's fun because that's the very song that really changed.
Yeah.
And made SWV who they are today.
Right.
That was the last song that they sang at the concert, and it was lit up with lights from people's phones. Like, it was just a beautiful moment.
I'm talking about had the ladies going in, had the fellas going
know that
in.
song.
Listen.
Fellas know that song.
It was live.
Fellas know.
It was live. And watching you enjoy, I had a great time. Watching you enjoy yourself like that. Because I remember telling you, like, baby, my stomach's starting to hurt. You was like, mine too. I think we ate something bad, but I don't feel it. I don't care. I'm ignoring it. This concert is banging.
I did not sit down the whole entire time, y'all. I was up on my feet.
I'll take your shades off.
I left my shades on. I stayed in character. I was dancing. I was singing. I was hollering for Coco, hollering for Casey and JoJo.
Rubbing on me.
Rubbing on him. Dancing for the people that was in my row. Because they really came to see me. But I had a good time. Like, that's definitely one of our top dates. And like, just on a sidebar, like, that's just really what I love about our marriage is that, like, a date like that, like, we became like little kids in that moment.
Right.
We didn't know each other back then.
Right.
Had no idea who Charles was or who Shavon was. But in that moment, we were both able to like go back to our young, early teenage, early preteen selves, but still connect on it.
Right.
And that's why I really like, you know, doing dates with you and going out with you, because it just doesn't only keep the connection, but it elevates the connection as well. Because now we got this in our memory bank that we're never going to forget it.
And we go to a lot of concerts.
We just do a lot of stuff. We date a lot. We do a lot of stuff. We've been to a lot of concerts.
And that one right there was one of the best ones.
I ain't gonna hold you. Chris Brown, numero uno. Right. And this one pops to 2 for me.
Wow.
Yeah. This one pops to 2 for me.
Yeah.
Because we've even seen New Edition, and that was a great show.
Right.
But this one right here did something like completely different. I told you that day, I released so much dopamine. I'm just so happy.
We laughed listen, we laughed the whole way home, and we were on a high for an entire like week, and we're still talking about it.
We're still talking
about it, you know. So it man, that was a good nostalgic moment. So much so that I've been looking for another concert for us to go to. Well,
you know, Juvenile is coming in 2 weeks.
Where you gonna be at? Never mind.
Juvenile is coming.
Never mind. They're gonna be like, why y'all talking about the concerts?
Listen, today we just wanted to kick it with y'all today. And like, that was a real special moment for us, individually and just as a couple.
Right.
And we was like, we need to share it with our BDT family, because some of y'all probably was there. Right. Or some of y'all probably seen it on our story. That when, you know, seen us at the concert. So we wanted to talk about it. We don't have nothing heavy. Yes, I do. We don't have nothing heavy today. We just wanted to kick it.
Just kick it.
Kick off your shoes
and relax your feet.
Party on down to the SKB.
Just kick it. Anyway, we love y'all, man. Until next time. Peace.
Love y'all. Throw on some 90s music.